talking about podcast. We're talking about podcast.
Merry Mini Monday, Chunkies. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge. He got himself.
I'm Jordan. It's me. Yeah, that was... I overestimated my ability and underestimated the height of the note.
I asked these boys from the top to try to not be funny today because laughing makes me cough. I've had an upper respiratory infection for like the last 10 days. I'm in my clear mucus era, you know, where it's just like itchy.
We stan a clear mucus king.
We stan a clear mucus era, but I just can't. So I'm glad we have a cough button to hide all these things.
It's also a good thing we're not very funny.
Rolls.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
The cough button.
So just keep at what you're doing. A big group of people who aren't keeping at what they're doing anymore. Wow, what a segue.
Wow.
The Screen Actors Guild. I figured we should talk about this.
Yeah, pay them.
We had a
it feels
big
pretty
old,
simple to me.
right?
Huh?
We had a big old crystal ball conversation that all of us, had something themed around the writer's strike and how long that would last. And it looks like much of it will become true, at least mine that said this wouldn't be over until Thanksgiving. I think if you have all of the actors now supporting the writers, I don't know if that makes things happen quicker or much less. I just feel like there's many more dots, I's to dot and T's to cross now.
So I have this thing, right? I've got this thing. It's sort of like like a spicy take, like a hot take. And I don't, I'm hesitant to bring it out because I think sometimes it creates some controversy, but
it's the platform, man, do it.
That's just what we do. I don't care if CEOs make infinitely less money.
Yeah.
And that's just sort of a thing for me is like, I sort of feel like they're probably, most of them are good. And,
see, I'm actually in a group text with a lot of those bros. My bros, when we hit the links, and I texted every Bob that's ever worked at Disney and was like, would you be cool to take less money? And they said no, but I know they would be cool. They would be fine if they did take less.
I'm in that same group text, Doge, weirdly, and I texted right after you, I don't know if you noticed, and I said, with half the money you currently make, you'd have more money than you know what to do with. And they all texted back, who is this? Which I thought was interesting. But all that to say, we can pay actors more. Look, I know, they get money, but it's not sometimes enough. We're not talking about the Chris Pratts here.
No.
That's not who this is about. This is about the dude that does
jump off the
3 episodes of Wednesday on Netflix and makes $3,000. It's like, come on, guys. Let's do some more. We can do better for people that are entertaining.
Let's get them up.
If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Let's get them well past that $26K that most of them are aiming for per year to qualify for healthcare through SAG. Let's get them well past that $26K.
Isn't that crazy 27? How low that amount is?
28?
We could do 27, 28, 29. Yeah. One of the things studios are suggesting as a resolution to this strike, or maybe a cost-cutting measure in the face of this strike.
It's coupons.
It's coupons for movie. You play this coupon and you get to be one Batman. At one point, you get to be a Batman. You just turn it in, they'll make a Batman of you.
Everybody in SAG gets movie pass.
If you notice, they introduced this early, and that's how we got the Spider-Verse. A lot of people just went ahead and cashed in.
They played their coupons. Like, we have to animate this now. We can't fit all these bodies on a camera.
Yeah, that's a good example. We're not talking about anybody that's been in a Star War. If they participated in a Star War in a main capacity, we're probably not talking about them. Oscar Isaac, I love you, but I think you probably get enough of that dosh.
It's the folks. So studios have suggested recently that perhaps some of these background actors who might be, they might be somebody that we choose as like a dark horse pick in Box Office Ball because they have like a bunch of roles, no lines at all in like Jungle Cruise and like this movie coming out and this movie coming out. I don't know why Jungle Cruise is the only movie I can think of the title of.
That was weird.
They might be in like all of those kinds of things. And so studios have just suggested like maybe instead of we pay them every day they're here and then pay them any kind of royalties or residuals, let's bring them in one time, pay them one time to scan them, a full body scan. And then we'll use AI to insert them in the scenes that we would normally have paid them to be on set for. And I think people are rightly not super psyched about that idea.
Yeah, dude.
Seems pretty terrible, right?
There's not a ton of other careers that can be threatened by that specific thing. You know?
Right. It's modeling, not acting. It completely changes what the role is because you're essentially a 3D model for a flesh tube.
Unreal. Yep. Unbelievable.
Yep. Ooh,
so yeah, we'll give them 26.5, bro. I know in negotiations I was taught to start low, you know. So I
$26,000 and 1 penny. There was that CEO who came out last week and suggested it was before SAG went on strike to join the WGA. And I think it was one of the things that tipped SAG over the edge to join the strike. The CEO who came out last week and was like, you know what? I think we're fine to just wait this out until October, and we'll just see. Like at that point, most of these folks will be losing their homes, losing their cars, then they'll come back to the table and they'll be ready to negotiate.
Wowzers!
Yeah,
what to flip the silly switch to off?
Movie Maker Tycoon.
Oh, my switch is off. My switch has been off.
To switch my silly switch to off for just a moment. I think that the consequences of streaming and the streaming model and bulk releases, what it has done is it has created this expectation that shows happen quicker than they do. Because I think a lot of what we're seeing is underpaid television, like TV show actors are the main issue here. A lot of film actors, the work comes more slowly. They say that a movie takes 7 years from conception to theater release, kind of a thing. TV shows are a lot quicker. So the problem pops up a lot more with television. Television's such a weird phrase now because it's not, is it? Like shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think that, and I feel for the record the same way about Amazon and Apple and Microsoft and anybody big and Blizzard and anybody who's big.
Dunkin' Donuts.
When things are messy at home
Dunkin'
for
Donuts
these businesses,
especially.
Dunkin' Donuts, when things are messy at home for these businesses, when the CEO, the producer, whoever it is, when they're walking away, absolutely backing the truck up and just loading it up, and the people underneath them can't afford to make ends meet, even though they're the ones doing the work. That's a problem. That's a problem for the market. And as somebody who loves the result of creative effort, as somebody who I love consuming music and TV shows and movies and just funny things. And I just love that stuff. Those are the people pumping it out. That's who we're talking about, is like the talent that brings us, because I guarantee you 90% of all the directors in the world are on board with this. And are like, yes, of course they should be making more money. They
just read an interview with Nolan where he was like, I'm not entering pre-production for anything until this strike.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Stand in solidarity with the people that allow your vision to become real. Of course. Good for you, Christopher Nolan.
It's so silly too, because as a nation, the world is competitive. You know, you want to be the nation with the most power in blank. And America's number one export is pop culture, basically.
Yeah,
it's
entertainment.
Like entertainment. And so the fact that it feels like one of the most neglected is silly. It's absolutely silly. We shared something that Bob Iger had said in an interview, and it's just, I mean, just lump it in with everything else that we've said about these guys that are in power, and it's like they're playing a video game. It's like there's not souls involved. And it's really strange.
It's like they're playing Civ.
I just think there's something that happens to your soul when your income is 7 figures or greater.
Yes.
I just think that when you make that much money, human beings become chess pieces.
Yeah. You don't need it.
Oh my God, am I mobilizing the proletariat right now?
Are we about to seize the means of production on this podcast?
Are we overthrowing the bourgeoisie right now? Oh my God.
Oh, that's amazing. We're going to stay on the theme of money here. And it's real money, but it's fake money.
It's all I want.
What is money except a means by which the masses exert control?
Wow,
you're discuss.
Andrew Ryan from BioShock
100%.
right now.
100%. Box office ball. We were in our spring 2023 season. I've stopped saying like 4th, 5th, 6th, because there's just so many different.
Because you can't remember. No,
I can't count higher than 6.
There's a lot about, and we'll talk about this soon. We're going to have the winner of box office ball, which will be within the next 2 or 3 weeks, be able to come onto this podcast. And a funny thing is, it could be someone who's already here on this podcast. But have them kind of talk about their strategy and things like that. Remember, the only access you have to box office ball outside of trying to figure it out at home and
official box office.
I've spent a lot of hours putting together rules and spreadsheets and regulations
really hard on it.
And it's not easy. It is easy to just pay $5 a month if you want to come over here and play this with us. But what we did is we had 2 different conferences this year, much like many sports, real sports out there. And this is almost a real sport. We had 16 teams, the top 6. That means the top 3 from each conference. Those conferences are the Boneless Conference and the Bone-In Conference. The top 3 from
still
each
standing
conference.
in opposition. Still standing in opposition.
You know what? I think
it
was my idea. I don't remember why they're named that.
It was your idea?
They can't change now. They can't change now. I'm sorry. But it was going from, this season started in February. It's essentially the spring movie season because January is just full of Oscar stuff. So February up through mid-July. The playoffs themselves will be 2 weeks, July 14th through the 27th. So really these guys and gals built rosters of 4 actors. I'm going to change some of the rules next year to where you don't have to pick which actors. I'll just pick them for you, whoever made the most money during that month. So it takes away having to worry too much about that. But they would pick 2 of the 4 to cash in their monies and try and fill their pot. And so whoever had the most monies would go on to the playoffs with their same rosters that are 2 weeks long. So things like having Dead Reckoning money, if you happen to have somebody that gets credited in that. Perhaps someone in Oppenheimer, perhaps someone in Barbie. That's going to be really helpful for you. Now, if you've got somebody in Little Mermaid, that's great. You're going to make money, but is it going to be enough for the Winghams out there? Is that who you got?
You guys know how games work?
You know how games work. Wiggum, sorry. Shea Wiggum.
Yeah.
Here's what we have over there in the Bone-In Conference. What we figured out here in collection of the data is you got to make $1 billion to even have a chance, right? You got to have a team that can cash in $1 billion to even get there because our 3rd place team from this is regular season standings. These are not champions by any means. With $1.2 billion, CC Nash. Congratulations, my friend. You're moving on to the playoffs.
Legend says
the roster.
The CC stands for Christopher.
That's what we believe. Her roster is Helen Mirren, Keegan-Michael Key, Keanu Reeves, and Shameik Moore.
Spider-Verse
money here. At the end, that was a very important thing. At $1.3 billion, also moving on from this same conference, B. Taylor, a stan of box office ball that's been in it for a long time, has Palm Clementif? Clementif.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's Clementif.
Daniela Melchior, who was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she's the young lady in Guardians of the Galaxy and Fast X.
Oh, we're still in the same name.
She's Vin Diesel's ex-wife's, well, she died wife's. No, never married.
I don't remember.
Little sister. There was a lot of connections there. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and then the regular season winner of the Bone-In Conference with $1.7 billion, which was our most money for any team, is Citizen Michael Caine, who will be moving on. Now we go over to the Boneless Conference, which was one overall that did not make as much monies as the Bone-In. Sorry, what I just mentioned was the Boneless Conference, the Boneless Conference. We're now in the Bone-In Conference, in which the 2 of you are members.
Good. It all makes so much sense that I was having I was like, why doesn't it make sense? But now it's like so perfect. Boneless and Bone-In. I understand it now.
Our 3rd place representative, moving on, Doge.
That's me.
Just crested almost $1.1 billion with a team of Dave Bautista, Shea Wiggum, David Dalmatian, and Jason Momoa. I don't know how. Dashmashian.
That'll work.
Also moving on with $1.4 billion. Jordan of Two Chunks in a Chunk podcast.
Oopsies.
Jordan Wonders. Chris Pratt.
Didn't mean to stun.
Alden E. Natalie Emanuel. Brian Tyree Henry. Moving on. And then finally, Emma with $1.6 billion.
Yeah,
takes her squad.
Well done.
Of Daniela. That's the same young lady that's in the 2 movies I mentioned earlier. Anya Taylor-Joy, Catherine Newton, and Jake Johnson. Congratulations to all of you for going on to the playoffs in the Spring 23 box office ball season. We must hurry to ads because the second half of this podcast is really going to be more like a 2/3. Welcome back. I'm going to save our big news, our big fun news that we've had.
Yeah, let's not take that again. Let's just burn straight. Welcome back.
It's fine. It's live, right?
Half of people that are picketing, trying to make more money.
Who we are in support of.
All their names.
Who we are in support of.
We started with me just being like, oh, man, I'm here for you, David Dashmalishman. Like, I'm not considerate at all.
Sure.
I'm not.
Sure.
This coming weekend, we have something that has taken the entertainment world, maybe the world by storm.
Yes.
Which is Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
I don't let the name fool you. We're not watching, specifically, we're not watching Barbie first. We're going to watch Oppenheimer first and then chase it down with some Barbie. Maybe have a reason to laugh, a reason to sing. Because I have a hunch Oppenheimer will not end happy.
What?
Well, it's real. It's real life, which overall, I would say not happy broadly.
Oops, bummer alert.
We'll be seeing, obviously, Oppenheimer in IMAX. And then we'll see Barbie after that on Friday. You could take some random shots to try and find out where we are. Or you can join our Discord and just join us.
And you just know. You could just know. Yeah.
A lot
you don't
of
have to play
reasons here. To just
movie ticket Minesweeper.
Come along with us.
If you unlock that achievement and see both of these movies with us, there's an opportunity there for some fun Barbenheimer merch that we've made. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the gap that we have in terms of the amount of time between our two movies. One, because it'll be rush hour traffic on a Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe we make it to the other one just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But two, I just think I'm going to need to unwind a little bit. And as we prepare for this, I want to put us through the ringer in and give you something in our training that will make Friday feel like nothing.
Friday, it'll turn Friday into Fry-yay, if you know what I'm talking about.
100%. And you're smiling now, but today we're going to play.
Yeah, no, I know.
Extra credit with the cast of Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I can feel it.
2 different times. The first time with Oppenheimer and the second time with Barbie. There's a catch this time because I can't just throw it twice at you.
Sounds like you are, though.
It's going to be unfair regardless. Huh?
Sounds a little like you are, though.
I'm doing it for sure.
Sounds a little bit like you still are.
We'll talk about it after this. Speaking of like a palate cleanser, we're going to talk about what's happening over on Two Chunks TikTok. Something that happened just today is that Two Chunks followed 4 accounts. You cannot look at the TikTok now. Do either of you know about this?
No.
I don't believe so.
Two Chunks had 0 followers, or it was following 0 accounts. It's now following 4. Do not look because that's part of the game. Okay?
Okay.
Are you looking, Doge? It looks like you're reading.
No, I'm not reading. I'm reading your words.
I can see the reflection. I can see the reflection in his glasses. It's TikTok.
It's not TikTok.
I can see it.
Here's my hands.
I'm going to give you the option.
I can see the reflection in his hands.
I'll let you mute each other. Or mute yourselves. If you can guess all 4, and again, these are Two Chunks.
These are people we
canon specifics that we follow. These were choices that I made for our podcast that I knew I could come to you and you would giggle. You would not be like, what the heck? I've never heard of them, right?
Okay.
You each are going to have a chance to guess all 4 of these followers. If you both do it, then that's 2 strikes I'll give you back or I'll take away.
I mean, let's be clear. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can do you want to start
now I'm the bummer
or use
alert.
it later?
What do we
want to do
there.
first? Jump.
Let's start off top.
Okay.
Let's start off top. Let's guess these followers. I'll mute first. Does you do your thing. Unless you have no direction to walk in.
Yeah, you go first, actually.
Okay.
Jordan.
The first follow, Vincent Diesel.
Correct.
That's of course. Second follow, Melissa Joan Hart.
Correct.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 more. Who would Two Chunks follow?
Are these all like movie stars, not like movie business adjacent people?
I never said I couldn't give hints and you couldn't ask questions. That is not the case, no.
Okay. No. Follow number 3.
It is Two Chunks canon, you understand? Two Chunks canon, go.
Follow number 3, Taylor Lautner.
Wrong, sorry.
Ah!
Sorry. Doge, you can come back.
All right. So tell me what has to
Jordan
happen.
got 2 of the 4.
I got my third
wrong
one
on his
wrong,
third
and I
guess.
was out.
Okay.
Jordan, I'll let you give him one of them.
Okay, one of them, the less obvious one, I'll give you.
Okay.
It's Melissa Joan Hart.
Okay. I was going to guess her.
And there's
Jesse Iwuji.
yes.
Excellent.
Scrub Daddy.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
Did we
one
get 'em?
more.
There's one more.
you have one more. And I got it right.
Melissa Joan Hart, Jesse Iwuji, Scrub Daddy, and
Is there like a Fast and Furious official movie account? Because I bet Vin doesn't have one, does he?
he does.
Is it Vin?
Bing, bing, bing. You got all 4 of the accounts that we follow on TikTok.
Taylor Lautner just started a TikTok like last week. That's why I guessed him.
That's smart. I think
It was like
that
a big.
good
It was
guess.
like a big movie business deal.
I will be following. Two Chunks will be following him now. He will be the 5th.
Yeah.
I just couldn't think of who else would.
Let's
It's a
just
big
have.
deal.
Let's just make like the most unparsable algo for TikTok to serve us.
That's
They could be
the
like, why
point.
do they
Yeah.
follow these
It
people?
already was. I looked up Nick Reganas, and it could have been him, but it was 0 followers and 0 following. And
Did he
it's
have
like,
any
maybe he
posts?
just put it there? I didn't look. Don't really know how to use
Nick,
TikTok.
start a TikTok. Read your movie
Yeah,
reviews.
come on,
I would
man.
love that. I would love that.
More like Nick Talk.
Got a lot of
Also,
extra credit
Nick,
to you.
I feel like it's
You can-
been a couple episodes since you said it. Love you.
Love you, Nick.
Love you, Nick.
Love you, Nick Reganas. You'll be able to, that means you can only have to guess 8 actors or actresses in either Oppenheimer or Barbie. You don't have to choose now unless you want to take that risk. It doesn't make much sense. But I made it, you made it a little bit easier. But we're going to start with Oppenheimer. Both of these movies have a massive cast.
Yeah.
Let's start with
We-
Cillian Murphy.
we've got
Let's
RDJ.
let's
Yep.
quit messing around. Let's start
Yep.
with Cillian Murphy.
Yep.
Head
Cillian.
straight to it. For those that don't know, extra credit very quickly uses the algorithm given by IMDb, which makes the opposite amount of sense as the scientific cinema scale
Correct.
that was created on this podcast. There's fireworks going off next to my house. Oh, we're fine now.
Well, it's
there
tradition on
are-
July 16th.
A top 4, known for every person in the movie business, if they've done enough.
It's July 4th square.
And these boys try and guess all of them. They can get a total of 15 points, because if you guess all 4 of those, you get extra credit, which is 5 points per actor or actress. All they need is 9. And in this case, for one of these movies, all they'll need is 8. So we start with Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy is up first. Top 4 known
Inception.
for.
You think so? Okay,
I
let's do it.
definitely do.
Let's do it. Inception. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, bing. 1 point.
Where you always tell us where it is.
Oh, number 2.
Okay,
Sorry.
Peaky Blinders, obvious.
I don't think that I'm as confident in it, but let's say it. Peaky Blinders.
I think
Lock
it
it in.
definitely is. Peaky Blinders, lock it in.
Bong, bong.
Okay.
Batman has begun.
Okay, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong, bong.
Whoa, The Dark Knight.
28 days later.
Oh yeah. 28 days later. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 1. Number 1, 28 Days Later. Number 2, Inception. Number 3, Sunshine. It's a Robert Capa. He was Robert Capa, 2007 movie. Never heard of it.
It's not
And
real.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was number 4.
He's in
With
The
his,
Dark
like,
Knight for
6 minutes of screen time.
if
Unreal.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I should have just scanned
Emily
it with
Blunt.
AI, right, Bob? Disney Bob? Should have scanned it
Ridiculous
with AI, right?
that Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders is not up there.
It's
Ridiculous.
pretty silly. Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr. Alden Ehrenreich.
We've definitely done Matt Damon before, and I feel like we could do it again.
We've
Jason
never gotten him
Clarke,
right.
Well, let's swing for it.
Tony Goldwyn, Kenneth Branagh.
There's a weird
one
one
in there.
in Damon's.
It's a name. It's a name. Like a person's name.
I feel less confident about Damon, but I don't feel confident about anybody. So who do you want to go with? You want to go with Matt Damon?
That would be what I would do if I was playing
Yeah.
solo, but let's play
Let's
as a
do
team.
it. Let's do Matt. We can
Okay.
figure it out. Oh, we
Matt
super
Damon.
can't. We wicked can't, but my boy's wicked smart. So Goodwill Hunting.
Wicked
It's Goodwill Hunting without a doubt. We
Lock
know
it
that
in.
one. Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number
Number
one.
one. Yeah, for
You
sure.
have 3 points.
Think any Bournes?
Doubt it. Yeah, I'm now realizing why we didn't want to do Damon because it's like
think any of the Martians. Maybe I'm just trying to think of like what is like
The Martian is
good,
reasonable
like,
for sure because Martian
extremely
was
high quality, but also
Oscar-nominated.
popcorny.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, wait a second. The Departed.
Oh yeah,
The Departed.
The
Lock it in.
Departed. Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. The Departed.
two.
Number 3.
Wow.
Oh,
Ooh. Let's try The Martian.
sure. Yeah.
You want to try The Martian?
Yep.
Yeah, let's try that. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 2.
Thank God. So Interstellar could be. He's in it for a second. And Interstellar tends to be in the top 4 of people that are in it. But I feel like I remember a weird movie with a name. It's like a name of a person.
Yeah. Is it J. Edgar?
No, that's Leo.
Oh, that is Leo. Are they the same? Are they different people?
As far as I'm aware, different people.
Because Matt Damon's the one in Great Gatsby and Titanic, right?
Yes. And Leo DiCaprio is from Boston, famously.
Is the oldest Ninja Turtle.
Do you remember a name?
It's something weird. It's something that we're not going to get, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm at the point where
wait. It's like the incredible, the wonderful, the marvelous, the something.
I wish that helped me.
Oh, Doge, connect with me.
I don't know, man. I think I could
connect with me. Would be huge. I mean, you would be at 7 points right now.
Yeah, man.
I really feel confident that it's like the incredible, the amazing, the spectacular.
I don't know, man. I think infinite Doges or the infinite typewriters couldn't hit on it.
Okay, I'm going to say Interstellar, but it's a bong bong. I understand that it's a
Interstellar bong bong. Lock it in.
Bong bong. Number 1, Good Will Hunting. Number 2, The Martian. Number 3, The Departed. Number 4, The Talented Mr. Ripley.
My God.
Oh my goodness.
Knew that it was an adjective.
Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law, Kate Blanchett, Philip Seymour Hoffman movie. I haven't seen it. I like a lot of those people.
Yeah, that's a pretty who's who of like mid 2000s. Yeah.
Hey, since we brought up Leo, I saw the trailer for Killers of the Flower Moon, and that movie looks awesome.
Yeah. I think Marty Scorsese might have a future as a movie guy. He might do good stuff.
Dude. Good, he could finally get a Leo in one of his movies.
He made Leo look ugly, which is like a gift, like a skill set of its own.
It is a skill set.
It's a crime, I think.
It is a crime.
It is also a crime. It's criminal.
We got one more actor in Oppenheimer. You have 5 points. You really technically could just only need 3.
Do you think we could get 3 Florence Pugh movies?
I'll tell you what I think we can definitely do is try.
Let's try. Let's give it a shot.
Florence Pugh.
Midsummer, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong bong.
Are you kidding me? What a terrible website IMDb is.
It fills me with like snap my laptop over.
How mad are you going to be if Black Widow's in there and Midsummer's not?
Let's just lock in Little Women.
Little Women, lock it in.
Bong bong.
Are you serious?
You need to know I've never seen her known for before, and I had to go back multiple times and read it just to make sure that it was her.
Fighting with My Family, lock it in.
Yeah.
Great guess.
Lock it in.
Bong bong.
Don't Worry, Darling, lock it in.
Bong bong. Florence Pugh. Number 1, The Falling. Number 2, Marcella. Number 3, Lady Macbeth. Number 4, The Commuter. Y'all got, I mean, it's such an Oppenheimer vibe here, you know? Everything is blown to bits. Of course, spirits can't even be close to high. We couldn't feel worse. But we pushed through. On to Barbie. Barbie extra credit. We have to push through. We got to look up and be in the
worst thing you've ever done to us.
Barbie has
man.
Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Emma Mackey, if you want to take a shot there, Will Ferrell, John Cena, Helen Mirren, Michael Cera, Simu Liu, Dua Lipa, Kate McKinnon. Shoot, dude. Ray Perlman, Issa Rae. Yeah, lots of options. What are we going with, boy?
Oh, man.
Got to do it. Push through. It's going to be a long day. Friday's going to be a long day.
Gossy. Do you think we could get any Gossies?
Sure, man. Drive.
Yeah.
Lock it
Drive,
in.
lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 3.
Blade Runner 2049.
La La Land.
Oh, yeah. La La Land is easy. Lock it in.
Lock it in. La La Land.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 2.
I think Blade Runner.
Yeah, I do. Blade Runner 2049. Lock it in.
Blade Runner 2049. Lock it in.
Bong bong.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong bong. Number 1, Blue Valentine. 2, La La Land. 3, Drive. 4, Lars and the Real Girl.
Just go to the next actor.
Just any next one?
It seems like we're about as likely to hit that as anything else.
Margot Robbie. Let's give Margot a shot.
The Wolf of Wall Street. Lock it in.
The Wolf. Lock it in.
Bing, bing, bing. Number 2.
I, Tonya. Lock it in.
Yeah, probably. Hi, Tanya. Lock it in.
Bing, bing, bing. Number 3. 4 points.
You think it's Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad, or Birds of Prey?
Oh, my God. I think it's Oscar winner Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Bing, 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 bing at number 1.
Puke.
One more.
I'm really frustrated at how much I think it's probably 2 DC movies.
Yeah, I think it's probably Birds of Prey. The other one.
Was she in Justice League? I don't remember.
No. She's only been in those 3.
You think it's Birds of Prey over the James Gunn Suicide Squad?
Maybe.
I don't
know.
So
I don't know. The James Gunn one is pretty good. Is there any, you do think it's 2 Harley Quinns though up there?
Kind of. I mean, she's in like The Big Short for a second and Asteroid City for a second. And
Babylon, Damien Chazelle. Yeah. She was like a lead in Babylon.
Yeah, I doubt that though.
Yeah. Let's guess Birds of Prey.
Anything else we can think of that's like important enough to be in her top 4? All right, let's guess Birds of Prey. Lock it in.
Birds of Prey, lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. You get extra credit.
She was...
Suicide Squad, Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya, Birds of Prey. You have 7 points. You only really need 1 to win.
Reportedly, Marvel approached Margot with a contract to play Sue Storm in Fantastic Four, and she turned it down because she said, I don't want to do any more superhero stuff. So they're looking at Vanessa Kirby now is their top choice.
Oh, I like Vanessa Kirby.
Which is very fun.
Love.
Like that, right?
Love.
Yeah. I like Vanessa Kirby a lot. I'm thinking perhaps...
Fantastic, right?
Did we?
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Is who they're
That's confirmed?
circling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I think it'd be fun to do Will Ferrell. I think it'd be fun to do Kate McKinnon. I think it'd be fun to do...
got Michael Cera here. Dua Lipa.
Michael Cera could be fun.
Michael
Dua Lipa.
Cera.
It's just which music videos.
Let's do Will Ferrell.
Let's do Will Ferrell.
Seems fun.
I was just thinking about, Will Ferrell had an amazing career, but he's still so very much known as Buddy to a lot of people, especially the holiday season.
Yep.
I think that happens to a lot of movie stars. I think Margot will always be Harley Quinn to a lot of people.
Yep.
I think it's just because she felt perfect for it. And,
Yeah.
Agreed.
She was like the crown jewel in...
He's trying to distract us. So here's where I'm feeling the heat. I'm thinking Anchorman, Elf, Step Brothers, SNL is a very real possibility. Top 4 for him. I think I'm feeling a smidge of heat around the other guys and probably a lesser Will Ferrell movie that I don't like just because it's IMDb. So Elf feels like a slam
Elf
dunk.
is a shoe-in.
Yeah, let's start there.
Elf, lock it in.
Elf, lock it in.
Bong bong.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Anchorman has
just
to be.
need 1 point.
Anchorman has to be.
Anchorman, lock it in.
Anchorman, lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 3.
Yeah.
So you've won.
Doesn't count.
With the added caveat.
There's an asterisk. I don't like asterisks.
You've got 2 guesses for a true win here. See, the Barbie
Step
vibe
Brothers
is already...
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers and SNL are the 2 I've got the most heat around. You want to go Step Brothers?
Let's lock them both. Let's do a double lock. Can we do a double lock?
Double lock in. Step Brothers and
Step Brothers
SNL,
and SNL. Lock it in.
Bong, 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 bong. Bong, 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 bong.
Sure. Yeah.
You got 8 points. Number 1, Talladega Nights.
Ridiculous.
It's a great movie.
Number 2,
it's a
Anchorman
fine
2.
Movie. It's funny as heck, bro. Number 2 is Anchorman 2. Number 3 is Anchorman, and number 4, of course, is Blades of Glory.
Ooh.
As
what
we
a terrible
wrap up this
4.
episode, is Friday for us kind of like the Jack Sparrow screen introduction where the ship is sinking and he just gets to the dock? Like, is it like, here's the most fun you'll have at the movies for the next 2 years?
A little bit, dude. Yeah. I'm definitely
just
feeling
like we'll have Dune. We've got Dune 2 coming, but really it's like, this is big.
This is the one.
On the topic of big, it has not even been a week, has it, since we talked of what if we just became a Muppet, like a Muppet podcast. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Second half of that podcast, we start talking about how many Muppets does it take to make a movie better or worse. We put it in Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Turns out there is no
threw
worse,
around ideas.
by the way. There's no way to make a movie worse with Muppets. It only gets better.
Well,
Muppets are a net positive.
It's just going to be offensive, but maybe it's better. Doge threw together a couple of, do the kids call them memes? A collection of memes, perhaps? What do you call that?
The kids do. I think you could just say photo slideshows.
Photo slideshows.
Okay, Grandpa. You want to head down? You want to head down to the soda parlor and grab a malt?
So we could let's just put these on TikTok and see what happens. I'll tell you what happens. Thousands of new followers, tens of thousands of new likes on our account.
I would say 1,000 of new followers.
Well, listen, this releases tomorrow. Could be thousands.
Could be thousands.
Could be.
Hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
Unbelievable.
People love these little puppet guys.
The Jurassic Park one. We did the Muppets Jurassic Park. It almost has, it will, by the time this releases, have more than 200,000 views.
You want our feelings
35,000 likes
on this?
What does this
phenomenon?
feel like to you?
It feels like when you are with friends you haven't seen in a really long time and you make a joke that gets a chuckle from your other friends, and then the people you're with laugh so much because it's the first time they've heard it, and you're like, huh, weird.
Yeah,
weird that worked.
Exactly
it's super weird that worked.
Yep.
That's what exactly every time I look at the TikTok, I'm like, I cannot believe that this is the joke that people like.
They think this is funny.
People love the Muppets. We've done it.
We've done it officially.
We made it to
Muppets. We made it to Muppets.
To end today's episode, I'd love to have your name and the title of our new Muppet-themed podcast. I'm Carter, and just so people still know it's the same brand, I use the same cadence. 2 felts and a svelte.
Ooh. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Doge, and we're going for a single powerful one-word title, something like Succession, like Severance. This is going to be a podcast called Kermitment.
What a fun word that is.
Was that yours? Was that yours?
Mine was a lifetime commitment.
So cute.
So now I have to change.
Y'all are the same.
Gonzo with the wind. I'm Jordan.
Gonzo with the wind. I'm Jordan.
Oh, wait. Sorry. No. Erase it all. W Rizzo.
Erase it. I don't get it.
Yeah, because you're old. W Rizz is something the kids say. He's got W Rizz. He's got W Rizz in our podcast.
W Rizzo is really good.
That's really good.
Over the head of the resident old man.
No, I get it, dude. I didn't think about how
good it was.
So
I forgot to think about how good it was, though.
God, but you ever just not sit down and think about how good it was?
Sometimes you forget to reflect on how good it was, though.